Hello everybody, Tohami Pro here. Today we're making a Dayz Standalone guide with a rod plug.
Hello.
And since my last Dayz Standalone guide did pretty well, it was about sorry, it was about looting and stuff. So we're gonna be making a video about weapons and stuff. So
All gameplay footage is recorded by me.
Yeah. Let's get started. Okay, so the first, weapon classification we're doing...
It's gonna be melee.
Melee.
Or melee.
So the only melee weapons we recommend doing is, the fire axe is the best. The firefighter axe.
You can kill a zombie in one hit.
And then the second best is tied between the pickaxe and the splitting axe.
They both can kill a zombie in 2 hits.
Yeah, so, you'll find all of them in fire stations and residential or civilian buildings, industrial or general military buildings.
Sheds are a good place to look.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are. I found the pickaxe in a shed.
Good point. Okay, so our next weapon classification is bows, particularly the crossbow. The crossbow was recently added to Dayz Standalone in an update, and it is capable of killing survivors and zombies instantly with a headshot, but body shots take 2 to 3 shots. So it is pretty good. I think the best thing about it is how silent it is, and you can retrieve the ammo.
Yeah, it doesn't do much damage to humans, though. I know from being shot by
It doesn't. But if you do somehow get a headshot, then it will be one-shot kill on humans or zombies alike.
No, it was headshot.
Yeah, with headshot.
No, I didn't die with the headshot.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna apologize to my audience. Okay, so it is extremely uncommon, but it is really good. And you can find it in civilian loot buildings and general military buildings. And it is very good. However, I would recommend having a firearm with you if you have space for that, because this is good for killing zombies, but a player might not be that good.
But if you can't find one, the improvised ashwood bow is a good replacement.
Which we are getting to. Okay, so the next weapon in the bow category is the improvised ashwood bow, which shoots improvised arrows, which can be crafted with chicken feather and a stick.
The ashwood bow can be made with a stick and some rope.
Yeah, it is. It's okay.
It's good as a replacement for the crossbow.
But we definitely would not recommend it as a primary weapon.
Yeah, definitely not against humans.
Even against zombies, it's not that good. But if you really want one, then just make it, because it's like the ingredients for their...
It's pretty bad, except that it can kill a zombie with one hit to the head.
Yeah, and it's extremely inexpensive, so fuck it, just make it. Yeah, because all you need is a
stick and some rope, which is actually
wooden
pretty rare.
branch. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay, definite. It's your call if you want to use it. You might as well try it out, see if you want it. If you already have a crossbow, and fuck it, keep the crossbow, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna get into our next category. Okay, so now our category is gonna be handguns. The first handgun we're talking about is the Amphibia S. It's pretty good. It's uncommon, but you can find it in general military. It is very low in terms of recoil, and it has a high rate of fire, and it is pretty quiet. I don't know if you could say it's silenced, but it's pretty quiet.
It's a silenced gun. It isn't silent though.
It's quiet though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the fact that it's very quiet does make up for that.
It's just kind of like why we like the crossbow. But it's a good handgun. If you find it and you don't have any other handguns, you might as well keep it. But we're going to be going over the other handguns we do recommend. and then you can decide like about your
How
play
your
style
play
and stuff
sticks.
like that. And also, like, a lot of it has to do with what ammo you have. If you have a whole bunch of 22,
Just keep
might as
a
well
bunch
keep
of
it, yeah.
22 ammo.
alright. Okay, we're gonna be going on to our next handgun. Okay, our next weapon is the 1911. The 1911 is pretty good. It does more damage than the Amphibia S, and the ammo is pretty common, we found. And even though the gun itself is relatively uncommon, you can find it in some civilian or military buildings. The only attachment it can have is the pistol flashlight, and it does its cartridge is the 45 ACP. And yeah, it's pretty good actually in terms of power, definitely. So if you find it, keep it. If you find a better gun, then take that.
It is pretty accurate, we must mention.
Yeah, it is
Compared
pretty,
to other pistols.
It's a pretty good, well-rounded weapon. There are better pistols, which we'll go over, but
it's a good firearm, starting firearm.
It's a good firearm, yeah. And if you have it, it's not like it's going to be that much worse. Just there's other
Pistols
guns
are
that
better.
are better. All right.
Next, we've got the FNX 45. It is a bit better than the 1911, but it isn't that much better.
Well,
It's got double the magazine capacity,
which is pretty good.
and it can hold more attachments. It's
Yeah.
less common though,
Yeah, and
and
the
can only be
attach-
found in
It is left common. It can only be found in a helicopter
Military,
crash
yeah.
sites as of this update, but before you could find it in other places, I believe. It has a moderate rate of fire, and the recoil and noise is low. So one of the things I like about this is that you can get a sight for it, the FNP 45 MRD. I know what that means. I know exactly what that all stands for.
It also has the pistol flashlight, which the 1911 can have,
As
and
well as a suppressor.
a suppressor.
Actually, I think the 1911 does have a pistol flashlight.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, I said it doesn't have that. Okay. So yeah, if you find this, then trade it out for a 1911 because it uses the same ammo and everything. If you have plenty of magazines for it. So
It is a bit quieter than the 1911. too.
and if you have a silencer, it's
even
awesome.
better.
All right, so we'll go on to the next
It
handgun.
is like
Okay, so now we're going to be going over the Magnum.
the Magnum does do more damage, and it is more accurate than the FNX 450, which we covered before.
The main issue with it, the ammo, I mean, it's not as common as the other pistols, but you can find it. It's not super rare. The issue about it is the magazine cartridge. The magazine. If you have the internal cylinder, it carries 6 rounds, but if you have a speed loader, you can reload quicker and stuff. So, I mean, it doesn't have that much magazine size, but
The rate of fire is pretty low. It's slow to shoot
yeah.
since it's a
And the noise
six-shooter.
is really high. But, I mean, it's powerful. Pretty powerful, so...
It's a good weapon to use against humans,
Yeah,
not against zombies.
but, I mean, it'll attract zombies, and it doesn't have as good stats as the other ones, and you can find it in residential or military.
It uses
good area.
357 rounds.
Yeah. Okay, our next weapon is the Longhorn, which is pretty good because it has a really long range as well as a sniper scope, which kind of makes it like a sniper rifle, except it isn't a sniper rifle; it's a pistol, and it's pretty good though. It's nice.
Yeah, it does have a slow rate of fire like a sniper rifle, but it's very loud. So you really shouldn't use it unless you're trying to pick off some enemy from a distance. It does the same amount of damage as a normal pistol, but it's very rare and can only be found in general, just military places or residential and civilian places.
I feel tempted to add that it shoots 300 meters, which is way more than most pistols. I think it's less than most rifles, though.
The only attachment, like other pistols, most pistols, is the pistol flashlight.
Yeah, because you can't really get anything else because, like...
It already has
Because if you
scope.
took away, like, the scope, then, like, what the fuck is the use of it? It's like having, like, rocket launcher in Daisy, which I take it back. My point isn't valid. Okay, on to the next weapon category. Okay, so our category now is the rifles.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Sporter 22, which is a common gun.
And it's pretty good. I mean, for a beginner gun.
Yeah.
If you compare it to the other rifles, it isn't that good, but yeah, it's not that good, but
It uses .22 rounds, by the way.
yeah. So it's not that good. It's pretty bad actually, but if you have no weapon, then take it. It's worth it, definitely. Yeah, it's better than nothing. We're not going to be going over the stats for that one because it's just not that good. Now where it starts getting a little competitive, now we'll go over some of the stats. So next one is the Blaze 95 double rifle.
It's rare. You probably won't be finding it.
Well,
it can only be found in it can be found in a lot of places.
It can be found in civilian areas and farms and industrial areas. I used it before and I had one-shotted a guy in the face. So
even though it does as much damage as a Mosin.
Yeah, but it's double shot, which is a big. It's the main downside.
Feature about it.
Yeah,
downside.
It's double shots.
Upside.
Main downside, because you have to reload every 2 shots. Of course, you could have a snap.
As opposed to one shot with the Mosin.
Whatever. I don't have to take shit from you. Okay, it's a good gun. If you find it, take it. But it's not as good as the other guns.
Don't take it.
Do take it.
It's rare, but useless. At least got this strange obsession.
Whatever. Okay. The next one, these 3 are kind of all good in their own right. They're all kind of equal, but they're different. They're different for different uses. So we're gonna be starting with the Mosin, which is best sniper rifle in the game. Might be the only actually. So it was pretty good.
It's like we said, as good as the double rifle,
but it has a long range scope, PU scope, M44 compensator, a bayonet, a burlap wrap, and a grass wrap.
It isn't too common. Can usually found in more domestic areas like farms and industrial areas.
Yeah, they do have a sawed-off Mosin, but we're not going to be
covering that
just because all it really does is like it doesn't do much. It's just like shorter and stuff. Like for an example, like yeah, it's fucking useless.
Let's just go on.
Because you have to, but if you have a saw and a Mosin, you can saw it off from serious. You don't have to find it.
Okay.
So we're not going to be going over that.
Neft is the...
That's a joke. That's a joke. He says Nest all the time. The AK-10... So basically the Mosin will be used for snipers.
Yeah, okay.
So these 2 are kind of more assault rifle-ish. Well, they are assault rifles, but for different uses. So this is the AK-101, which is, well, let's face it, it's like a AK-47 variant. It uses 5.56 rounds, and it has a 30-round magazine, which is nice.
You can use any AK buttstock, any AK handguard. You can use the PSO-1 scope and a weapon flashlight.
Yeah, as well as the Atlas bipod. I've been playing too much Altus Life, sorry. And it's pretty nice. You can only find it in military places, and it is rare. So this is good for like a person who doesn't want to like hunt down helicopter crash sites.
Yep.
So
I've been playing a lot of Portal 2, so in your face.
Yeah, whatever. So it's a nice assault rifle, and it does have a high rate of recoil, and it's loud.
On to our final weapon of the day.
This one is the best weapon in the game, generally. I mean, a lot of people do like the Mosin for like a sniper rifle. You don't necessarily always need such a high rate of fire and stuff.
It uses any M4 buttstock.
Yeah.
Or handguard. It has quite a few scopes that
it has a carry handle. It has BUIS, ACOG, RV1, RDS, and an M68, which is these are all pretty good for mid-range use. It also has a bipod, a suppressor, and a bayonet.
And a flashlight.
Yeah, so obviously this is the best weapon in the game, and it's very uncommon. And
It can only be found in helicopter crash sites.
which is pretty hard to find because there's only three that are fixed, and the rest are
Randomly spawned.
randomly spawned. The only
It's-
ones that are guaranteed, I think, are the ones that are randomly spawned.
There's a high rate of fire
Yeah,
and
which
low recoil.
you
Which
can
is
use a
good.
semi or full, which is really nice, actually, if you want to take down multiple people. I think the reason people don't use this that often is because you don't necessarily need to take down 12 people at a time in DayZ. But if you want to look for it, then it's probably worth finding.
Yeah.
But if not, then the AK-101 is still pretty nice for general use. So yeah, we'll be moving on to our final few weapon categories. Okay, now we're gonna be doing submachine guns. There's only 2 submachine guns in the game, and that's the MP5K and the PM73 rack. So we're gonna be starting with the MP5K.
It's pretty rare.
It's
I
yeah,
got lucky and found one myself, but the ammo is also rare.
yeah, very rare, and you can only find in police stations, prisons, or helicopter crash sites.
The ammo, by the way, is a 9mm.
Yeah.
rounds.
It has a very high rate of fire, and it's just automatic. Damage is pretty good. I mean, if you find it, keep it. Fuck it. It's nice. It's a nice gun, honestly.
Some attachments are the MP5 buttstock and handguard, as ACOG, RV1, RDS, and M68 Comp M2s.
as well as a weapon flashlight. So this is a pretty nice submachine gun.
It's
the
good
other
to take down groups of enemies.
yeah, which is why we like the M4. Now, here is the PM73 rack.
It is very rare, so if you find one of these...
The only place you can find it is a fixed helicopter crash site. So I would recommend looking on Google, or actually we'll have a picture in the video of where you can find the fixed helicopter crash sites.
Yes, that's where...
Because there are random helicopter crash sites, which is where you find the M4. But there are 3 ones that are
Fixed, yep.
fixed. I believe there are 3. There might be more.
There are 3.
So that's where you'll find this. And
As of recording.
yeah, and the rate of fire is slower, the recoil is medium, and the noise is moderate. And I mean, it's still good. It
It isn't worth getting.
it shoots further than the MP5.
Don't try to find it, though. Chances are you won't.
Chances are you won't find it unless if you're already looking for fixed helicopter crash sites, and fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's a nice gun, but I don't know. I think assault rifles would be a better pick. However, if you find it, definitely keep it. It's not a bad gun. Yeah, we're gonna be going on to our next weapon category. Our next weapon category would be shotguns, but there's only one shotgun, and we don't recommend it due to the gameplay you'll run into in DayZ.
Yep.
So yeah, because it's super close quarters, very loud, shit like that. So don't get it. We wouldn't recommend.
Explosive.
We also have the throwable explosives.
But they're due to their rarity, they aren't really worth.
Yeah,
getting.
because it's just a flashbang and an explosive grenade. Both of them are only found at helicopter crash sites, and if you throw, you miss it. So what's the point?
Yeah, they're very rare. It's not worth it.
I guess it's a collectible, but really we don't recommend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed our weapon guide on Dayz Standalone. Share this all over the internet. Probably not going
Don't
to get
forget
that
to
much
like
views.
and subscribe.
Yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe to our Rod Plugs channel. He's
Even though I don't
the
upload.
gameplay, even though he doesn't upload, his only videos is him saying he's gonna upload. But yeah, all right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.